Sugar, spice, and everything, but bad girls like it tough. Don't you wish you could roll it up? Not to haters can't get enough. Welcome to the Bad Girls Club. Bad girl.
Hey y'all, it's your girl EM. I told y'all, Money Milan. I told y'all I'm gonna give y'all a story time. Well, I'm still pregnant. I'm actually overdue, so this is long overdue. I'm gonna give y'all a room tour too, but y'all gotta be consistent with me while I'll be consistent with myself. Right. Anyhow, contrary to the popular belief, I did not know I was pregnant. I didn't know. Who, me? Pregnant? Didn't know. Anyhow, so let's flash back to the midsummer 2021. I was still getting a period and everything. That's why I really didn't know I was pregnant, because I'm like, I don't give a fuck who asked me. I don't care what they said, because I always had like a little pudge, right? I'm like, girl, my period's on. Stop playing. Long story short, the first indicator that I knew that I might be pregnant was, because I'm the person, like, I know my body. If the pH balance is off, if the UTI is coming, I know all that shit, right? But the first indicator was, oh, she moving. My titties was like swollen. And that's like normal period stuff, but my titties was getting like real big, and I don't have no big titties. I just had like a little slim figure. That's fine. But I ain't paying no mind, because, you know, when your period on, your titties hurt too. But I couldn't, for like a week straight, I could not shit. I couldn't shit. I was constipated so bad. And I would get these cramps at night or whatever. Like, the same time every night I would get cramps or whatever. So I'm like, all right, something going on. And then, mind you, like I said, I was partying and all that. Like a week before I found out I was pregnant, I was at a grand opening. 2 grand openings. My own grand opening and all that. But me and my man, we had went to on a road trip. We detoured in Baltimore, went to Philly, Baltimore, then Virginia, whatever. Having a good time. Having a good old time. And I had no idea I was pregnant. Like, my stomach was snatched. I was snatched, looking good, all that. But it was lit. So, after I couldn't shit for so long, it was bothering me. I had drunk a slushy, alcoholic beverage or whatever. It was a slushy though, Casamigo slushy, and I took a sip of it. Well, it wasn't mine, it was my man's, but I took a sip of it, and I didn't like. It wasn't really hitting me right. And I had seafood too, so later that night I had seafood. I started throwing up the seafood, but it was like, that's normal, because I was kind of like, you know what I'm saying, I was drunk or whatever. And the seafood didn't sit right. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I'm going to the hospital because my cramps and shit. And I still didn't shit. So I go to the hospital. And then they do the whole thing. The workup, whatever. She come back like, oh, I got some news for you. You're all pregnant. You pregnant. Then gonna look to my man like, did you want him to know? So now I'm like, bitch, you told him. You already told him. I can't hide it now. He know, I know. You know what I'm saying? You just told us in the room. You just trying to be smart. I'm not gonna lie. White people, when it comes to black people being pregnant, they kind of weird. And there's no shade to my white folks, but like, they don't know how to really take us being pregnant or something, because every time it's been weird situations. Anywho, so he hype. I'm like, what? I'm pregnant. Like, what? Like, you know, I'm a hot girl. He hype. He dancing in the hospital bed. He hype dancing in the hospital room. Like, yeah,
You got to tell that belly.
we keeping this baby. Da, 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 da. Like, I'm like, nigga, I don't even know what's going on right now. So I go get an ultrasound. You know, when you get an ultrasound, it's kind of like when you in the beginning. I was like 2 months. I was pregnant. I was fine. I was like 2 months when I was pregnant or whatever. Found out I was like 2 months. So they had to go to probe. Like I ain't wanna see like nothing before because I'm like I don't want my mind to be set on something I'm not ready for. So let's talk about how even if I knew I was pregnant, I would have the same exact thing that I did. I would have hid my pregnancy until I was ready to tell the world because I don't know not one female or anyone who's just super, super ecstatic about having a baby. And like, even if you're not upset or whatever, it's just a lot to process, right? Pregnancy is very physical, but it's also very, very mental. You gotta really understand it. You really gotta be in it to understand it. So, I took a hiatus just to like reevaluate everything that's going on. Do I really want to do this? What's next for me? All that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if you don't think about those things, like you not really in it. Because pregnancy is a whole different ballgame. So everybody like, why you hide your pregnancy? Why you hide your pregnancy? It's first of all, in the first 3 months, first trimester, it's a very, very vulnerable time. Like you can have miscarriages, all that. So I was definitely going out for pregnancy if I didn't know what was going on. And like I said, I wasn't really sure for me what to do. Like not what to do, but for real, for life. To be honest, real blunt. I'm a business owner. I'm young, all that. So I had to consider everything. And it was just me and him. Like the first people that knew, it was just me and him. And we was rocking out for a long time. Like with nobody knowing. And he was doing his thing, like he was real attentive, like all that, like the whole pregnancy, real attentive. But I got real sick. So in the first beginning, I didn't know I was pregnant because I didn't have no symptoms. It was like once I found out I was pregnant, like a week later or so, I started getting sick, and I'm like, all right, I can handle it, but I couldn't handle it. So I ended up calling my mom. He wanted to call his mom immediately, but I'm like, she can't know before my mom know. So I'm like, all right, he called my mom for me. One day I'm in here crying, sick. I'm like, call my mom. He called my mom like, yeah, we got da-da-da-da. She's pregnant. Mom, come over. So I'm like, I'm crying. Like, I'm like, Mom. So she like, I knew you were pregnant. It's okay. Just like, be pregnant. Like, be sick. This is what you gotta do. You gotta be pregnant. This is come with pregnancy. Be sick, be hungry. Do all you gotta do is be pregnant. But it's okay. I'm like, I thought you would be mad or whatever. Cause like my mom, all I ever heard was growing up was kids gonna ruin your life, kids gonna ruin your life, kids gonna ruin your life. So that's embedded in my head already. So like literally it's a whole different ball game when you actually pregnant. So I'm like, I thought you'd be mad or something. She's like, I'm mad, I'm happy you're pregnant. I'm like, all right, cool. Long story short, story long, she knew. So she was the first person that knew, then his mom knew or whatever. And then once they knew, it was kind of like a little easier because they females. So, my mom was talking to us, talking to him like, yeah, oh my God, the baby boiling up. It's a contraction. Like, because we both first time parents. Like, he don't have a kid, I don't have a kid. And it's a whole bargain for us. So my mom got 10 kids. She talking to us like, yeah, You gotta be here. This gonna be a special time for each, both of y'all, and be there for each other. Da, 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 da. She like, don't be mean. Like, don't be mean to him. Like, you need to be nice. I'm like, in the first trimester, your hormones is all over the place. I'm like, I'm not being mean. Da, 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 all that extra stuff. Long story short, short story long. So, like I said, I found out I was like 2 months pregnant. Mine found out like 2 weeks after I found out I was pregnant or whatever. So she there doing like, she checking on me, whatever. Like, it was secret to her, so it was like kind of exciting. Like, yeah, what baby doing? Da, 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 nothing. Baby ain't doing nothing. Baby ain't doing shit. It's not even baby right now. But like I said, I still wasn't sure. Like, being I wasn't 100% committed or whatever, I still wasn't gonna tell nobody. She's like, why you don't tell your sisters? I'm like, I'm not telling nobody. Like, I'm not telling nobody. And like I said, I don't know nobody who rushes to be hype as shit in the world. 2 weeks pregnant. I'm pregnant. Besides, bitches that be hype as shit. And I'm not one of those hype people. So I wanted to do it exactly how I did it. Like, I didn't do nothing I wouldn't have to do again. Like, I had a pregnancy in Aruba. I was in Aruba with flamingos announcing my pregnancy. It wasn't just no Instagram post. It was a whole moment, period. So yeah. But she was like, my mom was telling me, like, once you tell people, it's gonna be like easier on you because you don't gotta hide it and people will understand what's going on with you. Because I was like, I didn't want to be nobody come over. I didn't want to be around nobody. And I'm the lit friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't want nobody to come over. I didn't want to go out nowhere. I took a whole hiatus, like literally my business and all that, just so I can really like tune in to what's going on. And most of the time, bitches want to be nosy anyway. They don't really care about what's going on with you. Like, everybody with my DM was like, oh, are you pregnant? In my comments, like, are you pregnant? Then he's saying congratulations to me. So they just want to know what's going on with you, just so they can say, I told you so. So no, it was not rushing to be like, yeah, I'm pregnant. Da, 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 da. And honestly, truly, women give you the hardest time to be pregnant. I think women that like had a rough experience or didn't like the experience they went through, they was pregnant, they want you to go do the same thing. Like, for instance, bitches that didn't have like the father there with them, want you to go through the same thing with them. They want you to be struggling with them. No, like, so, like I said, I wasn't rushing to tell nobody. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna quickly get into my pregnancy experience after this story time. Will probably be a part 2. But yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant. Cause I couldn't fucking shit. I couldn't shit. Me not be able to shit wound up with a family. Let me find out I was pregnant. Like, what? I went there to one under thing why I couldn't shit. Then come up with a whole baby. Child. But I can honestly say, like, although I'm not gonna cap, it was some ups and downs. This was like naturally because it's a whole. I keep talking about it's a transition. It is like when you're pregnant, you don't become a mom when you have a baby. You become a mom when you're pregnant. So as I'm changing, the world around me is still standing still. Like, my friends, it's gonna be a part 2 to this. My friends who I thought was gonna be here, do whatever, like ride or die. Like, I die from bitches and part 2. But yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant. He was more excited than I was. He was ready for a kid. And if you know him, you know he ain't having a kid about anybody. So he dragged me. Child, and Plan B's owe me money. Plan B owe me some motherfucking money, but make sure y'all like and subscribe to this channel. Well, like and comment this video, because I'm going to do a part 2 of the whole experience and what I didn't know and what I wish I would knew prior to it. But let me just say this. A nigga can't tell me shit, because I can carry a baby inside of me. Like, it's really amazing how we are built for this. Like, a nigga can't tell me shit. I can carry a baby inside of me and you can't. Like, women is top tier, amazing, extra whatever human beings, because only we can do this. And everybody's experience is different. Like, so like I said again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. I got a lot of content. I was videoing my whole pregnancy, like my casting, her room, all that, talking about friendships, relationships, all that. So make sure you subscribe and comment below what you think. And if you can't shit, go to the doctor, because you might be pregnant.
Sugar, spice, and everything but bad.